The ER doors explode open and the gurney slams through like a battering ram. 22 entrance wounds, no exit wounds, no pulse, for 4 minutes. The attending physician takes one look and steps back. "Call it," he says flatly. "Time of death. Not while I'm still breathing." The voice comes from the corner. A nurse nobody knows. Hands already moving. Chest compressions so precise they crack ribs in exactly the right places. She doesn't ask permission, doesn't wait for the attending's approval, just forces a dead heart to beat again. The monitors scream, then beep, then hold. Everyone stares. "Who the hell is she?" someone whispers. The way her hands move doesn't look like training. It looks like war. And the man on that table? He wasn't supposed to survive. Not tonight. Not ever. Now powerful people know he did. And they know who saved him. Before we go any further, if you want to see how far this story reaches, drop a comment with the city you're watching from. Hit that like button. And stay until the end, because what's coming will flip everything you think you know. The fluorescent lights in Redwood Heights Medical Center hum like dying insects. Elena Voss pushes her medication cart down the hall, wheels squeaking against linoleum that hasn't been replaced since the 90s. She's been here 3 weeks. Nobody remembers her name yet. They call her the new one, or hey you, or nothing at all. She prefers it that way. "Voss!" The charge nurse, a woman named Marcy, with a voice like gravel and cigarettes, snaps her fingers without looking up from her clipboard. "Room 12 needs a catheter change. You're up." Elena nods. Doesn't speak. Marcy hasn't spoken to her directly since orientation, where she made it clear that Elena's resume, 2 years at a rural clinic in Nevada, some volunteer work overseas, was cute but not impressive. Room 12 is a post-op appendectomy. Routine. The patient is still groggy, confused about where he is. Elena works quickly, efficiently. Her hands don't shake. They never do. When she finishes, the patient mumbles something that might be "thank you" or might be nothing. She wheels the cart back into the hall. 2 residents brush past her without a glance, mid-conversation about a case upstairs. One of them clips her shoulder, doesn't apologize. She steadies the cart and keeps moving. In the break room, she pours herself coffee that tastes like burnt metal. A physician's assistant named Kyle is microwaving something that smells like feet. He glances at her, then away. "You're the one who started last month, right?" he says. 3 weeks ago." "Right. You do nights?" "Whatever shift they give me." He nods, loses interest, pulls his food out and leaves without another word. Elena sits alone at the small table, staring at her coffee. The clock on the wall reads 9:47 p.m., another 5 hours. She's used to long shifts, used to worse. Her phone buzzes, a text from an unknown number. "Still breathing?" She deletes it without replying. The night drags. Elena moves through her rounds like a ghost. Room 8, vitals check. Room 15, IV change. Room 22, pain meds for a woman recovering from gallbladder surgery who keeps asking if her daughter called. Elena tells her yes, even though the daughter hasn't. The woman smiles and falls back asleep. In the hallway, Dr. Rashid, one of the senior attendings, walks past her carrying a tablet. He's talking to a medical student, explaining something about sepsis protocols. The student nods eagerly, scribbling notes. Dr. Rashid doesn't even register Elena's presence. She's furniture to him. Useful furniture, maybe, but nothing worth acknowledging. She's refilling a Sharps container when she overhears 2 nurses at the station. "Did you hear about the new hire in pediatrics?" one says. "The one from Johns Hopkins?" "Yeah, she's amazing. Already caught 2 med errors in her first week. Wish we had someone like that on our floor." They laugh. Elena doesn't look up. Just finishes with the Sharps container and moves on. The ER is chaos by 10. Friday night in a city that doesn't sleep. Overdoses, stabbings, a drunk driver who wrapped his car around a light pole and walked away with a scratch. Elena is pulled in to assist with a laceration repair on a teenager who got glassed in a bar fight. The attending, Dr. Garrett, barely acknowledges her existence. Just barks orders, suction, retract, more gauze. The kid is crying, mascara running down her cheeks. "Is it gonna scar?" she keeps asking. "Probably," Garrett says without looking up. "Can you make it not scar?" "I'm closing a wound, not doing plastic surgery." The girl sobs harder. Elena reaches over, squeezes her hand once. The girl looks at her, surprised. Elena doesn't say anything, just holds her gaze for a second. The crying quiets. When the repair is done, Garrett strips off his gloves and walks away without a word. The girl sits up slowly, touching the bandage on her cheek. "Thank you," she whispers to Elena. Elena nods, cleans up the tray, wheels it out. A paramedic she doesn't recognize is leaning against the wall outside the trauma bay, drinking a Red Bull. He watches her pass. "Nice hands," he says. She doesn't respond. "Seriously?" he adds. "You got training somewhere good?" She keeps walking. "All right then," he mutters. By 11:30, the ER has quieted to a low roar. Elena is restocking a supply cart in the hallway when Marcy appears, looking harried. "Voss, I need you in trauma. We're short." "I'm not certified for trauma here yet." "I don't care. You've got hands. You can hold retractors." "Let's go." Elena follows her into the bay. It's a mess. A construction accident. Rebar through the abdomen. The patient is conscious, screaming. Dr. Garrett is already gowned up, snapping at the surgical tech. "Where's the damn ultrasound?" "Coming. It should already be here." Elena steps into position. Garrett glances at her. "You, glove up. When I say retract, you retract. Don't think. Don't talk. Just do." She nods. Gloves on. Garrett makes the first incision. Blood wells up. He curses, adjusts, goes deeper. "Retract," he snaps. Elena does, smooth, steady, no hesitation. Garrett works fast, too fast. He's rushing. Elena can see it, the way his hands move, the slight tremble when he reaches for the clamp. He's tired, or stressed, or both. More retraction. She adjusts. Garrett extracts the rebar. The patient's pressure drops. Alarms start screaming. "Hang blood, now! 2 units!" The nurse scrambles. Garrett clamps a bleeder. Misses. Tries again. Gets it. Suction. Elena doesn't have the suction. She looks around. The tech is on the other side, tangled in tubing. Garrett's cursing gets louder. Elena grabs the suction with her free hand, holds the retractor with the other, suctions the field clear. Garrett pauses, looks at her. "You always work with both hands." "When I have to." He grunts, keeps working. 5 minutes later, the patient is stable, pressure climbing, bleeding controlled. Garrett steps back, pulls off his gloves. "All right, get him to ICU. Good work, people." He walks out. Doesn't look at Elena again. Marcy catches her outside the bay. "You did fine," she says. Doesn't sound impressed, just factual. "Thanks. Don't let it go to your head. Garrett's got low standards tonight." Elena goes back to restocking. Her hands are still steady, but there's a tightness in her chest she can't name. She pushes it down, keeps moving. By midnight, the ER has emptied a little. Elena is checking medication levels in the supply room when she hears it, the distant wail of sirens growing louder, closer. Then the radio crackles. "Incoming trauma. GSW times 22, no pulse. ETA 2 minutes. The ER shifts. Organized chaos. Trauma bay clears. Dr. Garrett is already there, snapping at the nurses. "Let's move. Get the lines ready. Blood on standby. Massive transfusion protocol." Elena stays back. She's not supposed to be in the bay unless called, but she watches from the doorway as the paramedics crash through. The man on the gurney is destroyed. Blood everywhere. Tactical vest shredded to ribbons, face pale as wax. The paramedics are still doing compressions, but their eyes say it all. He's gone. One of them is shouting the report. "Multiple GSWs to the chest and abdomen, lost pulse 4 minutes ago. We've pushed 3 rounds of epi, intubated in the field, no shockable rhythm. He's been down the whole ride." Garrett steps up to the table, looks at the monitor, flatline, looks at the patient, looks at the clock. His jaw tightens. "All right," he says quietly. "Time of death, 12:14 a.m. The room starts to slow. A nurse reaches for the sheet. "Not while I'm still breathing." Elena is already moving. She doesn't remember deciding to move. She just is. Hands on the man's chest. Compressions. Hard. Fast. Precise. The The kind of compressions that crack ribs in exactly the right sequence to move blood without shredding the heart. "Excuse me?" Garrett's voice is ice. "Who the hell are you?" "Nurse Voss," Marcy says from somewhere behind. "She's not supposed to—" "Then get her out of here." But Elena doesn't stop. Her hands move like they're remembering something her brain hasn't caught up to yet. She shifts her angle, adjusts depth. 30 compressions. She tilts his head, checks the airway. The ET tube is in place. She squeezes the bag twice. Back to compressions. "Voss, step back. Now." She ignores him, reaches for the defibrillator paddles without breaking rhythm, charges them. The room goes silent except for the whine of the machine. "He's a systole," Garrett snaps. "You can't shock a systole, you'll—" She shocks him anyway. The body jerks. The monitor shrieks, then beep, 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 beep. A rhythm. Weak, thready. But there. The room freezes. Garrett stares at the monitor like it just betrayed him, then at Elena. "What did you just—" "He needs a chest tube. Left side. Tension pneumothorax." Her voice is flat, calm, like she's reading a grocery list. "How do you know that?" "Tracheal deviation, decreased breath sounds, JVD." "I didn't hear—" "You weren't listening." The room goes silent. Garrett's face darkens, but he grabs the chest tube tray. "Fine, let's see." He makes the incision. Air hisses out under pressure. The patient's sats climb from 72 to 88 in 10 seconds. The rhythm on the monitor strengthens. Garrett stares at the tube, then at Elena. "Where the hell did you train?" "Nevada, rural clinic." "Bull." She doesn't respond, just steps back. Her hands are covered in blood. She wipes them on her scrubs without thinking. "Get him to surgery," Garrett says, voice tight. "Now!" The team scrambles. The gurney is wheeled out. The trauma bay empties. Elena stands there, alone with Garrett and Marcy. Garrett pulls off his gloves slowly, drops them in the bin, turns to Elena. His face is unreadable. "My office," he says. 10 minutes. She nods. Marcy grabs her arm as she walks past. "What the hell was that?" Elena pulls free gently. "A pneumothorax." "You know what I mean?" Elena doesn't answer, just walks to the bathroom. Inside, she locks the door, turns on the water, scrubs her hands. The water runs red, then pink, then clear. She looks at herself in the mirror, same face, same eyes, but something in them is older than 32. Her phone buzzes in her pocket. She pulls it out. Another text. Same unknown number. "Heard you made a mess. They're watching now." She deletes it, turns the phone off, drops it back in her pocket. When she walks into Garrett's office, he's standing by the window, looking out at the parking lot. Doesn't turn around. "Sit," he says. She sits. He's quiet for a long time. The silence stretches. Then he turns. "You just violated about 6 protocols. You're not trauma certified. You weren't assigned to that bay. You performed a procedure without authorization." He leans against his desk, arms crossed. "You also just saved a man who had no business surviving." Elena says nothing. "Where did you train?" he asks. "I told you, Nevada, a rural clinic outside Reno." "Bull." He picks up a file. Her file. Flips through it. "Your resume is clean, too clean. No gaps, no red flags. References check out. But it also doesn't explain how a nurse with 2 years of general med-surg experience in the middle of nowhere knows how to run a trauma code better than my attending staff." She meets his eyes. "I got lucky." Luck doesn't identify a tension pneumo in 5 seconds. Silence. Luck doesn't shock a systole and get a rhythm back. More silence. Garrett drops the file on his desk. "I don't know what you are, Voss, but you just ended your career here." "Understood. You're suspended, effective immediately. Pending review." She stands. "Anything else?" He looks at her like he's trying to solve a puzzle with missing pieces. "Yeah, who taught you to do that?" She doesn't answer, just turns and walks out. The hallway is empty. Her footsteps echo. She goes to her locker, grabs her jacket, her bag. Marcy is waiting by the exit, arms crossed. "You're really leaving?" Marcy asks. I was told to. That guy you saved? He's some kind of VIP, federal transport, armed escort. They won't say why he was shot or who did it. Marcy's eyes narrow. You didn't know that, did you? Elena shakes her head. Then how did you know he'd make it? I didn't. Marcy studies her for a long moment. You're lying. Elena pushes through the door. The night air is cold. She walks across the parking lot to her car, an old Honda Civic with a dent in the passenger door and a cracked taillight. She sits inside, doesn't start the engine, just sits there, hands on the wheel, staring at nothing. Her phone is off. She doesn't turn it back on. Above her, the hospital windows glow. She can see shadows moving inside. People saving lives, people doing their jobs. She used to be one of them. A long time ago. Before everything went wrong. She closes her eyes. Breathes. 3 hours later, just after 3 in the morning, the hospital receives a call. Federal agents. They're coming to ask questions. About the patient. About the nurse who saved him. About how a man with 22 bullet wounds and no pulse for 4 minutes is now stable in the ICU. By the time they arrive at dawn, Elena is gone. But the patient, the man who shouldn't be alive, wakes up in the ICU just as the sun rises. Groggy, confused, tubes everywhere. A nurse checks his vitals, adjusts his IV. What happened? He whispers, voice like sandpaper. You died, she says simply. Someone brought you back. Who? The nurse hesitates. A nurse. She's not here anymore. His eyes close, but his hand moves, slowly. Reaches for the call button, presses it. A different nurse comes. He tries to speak. Can't. His throat is raw from the ET tube. She hands him a pad and pen. He writes, hand shaking. Find her. The nurse frowns. Find who? He underlines it, harder. Find her. By 8 in the morning, 2 black SUVs pull into the hospital parking lot. Tinted windows. No plates. Men in suits step out. No badges visible. They don't check in at the front desk. They go straight to administration. Dr. Garrett is called in from his morning rounds. He's exhausted, hasn't slept. He's told to hand over Elena Voss's employment file. He does. They read it in silence. Then one of them looks up. When did she start? 3 weeks ago. Who vetted her? HR, standard process. Background check, references, the works. The agent makes a call, steps into the hallway, returns 5 minutes later, face unreadable. This file is fake, he says. Garrett blinks. What? The social security number is real. Belongs to Elena Marie Voss, born 1994, Seattle. But the work history doesn't match. The clinic in Nevada? Burned down 4 years ago in a wildfire. No records survived. We called the listed references. 2 disconnected numbers. One goes to a pizza place in Sacramento. Garrett feels his stomach drop. Then who the hell did I just fire? The agent doesn't answer, just walks out. Down in the ICU, the patient, whose chart now reads Ethan Cole, federal witness, protective custody, is more awake. A different agent sits by his bed reading something on a tablet. You're safe, the agent says without looking up. Ethan's voice is a rasp. They found me. We moved you in time. You're under armed guard now. They'll come again. We're prepared. Ethan shakes his head weakly. You're not. He pauses, breathing hard. The nurse. The one who saved me. Find her. We're already looking. Find her now. The agent finally looks up. Why? What does she have to do with this? Ethan closes his eyes, swallows. Because she's not a nurse. Then what is she? Ethan doesn't answer, just turns his head toward the window. Across the city, in a motel room with peeling wallpaper and a broken TV, Elena Voss sits on the edge of a bed. The room smells like mildew and old cigarettes. The bedspread is stained, the mirror is cracked. She doesn't care. Her bag is packed. It's always packed. She opens her phone. 17 missed calls. All from the same blocked number. 12 voicemails. She doesn't listen to them. Instead, she pulls a small lockbox from under the bed. It's dented, scratched, held together with duct tape on one corner. She opens it with a key she keeps on a chain around her neck. Inside, a passport with a different name and her photo. A stack of cash, mostly hundreds. A handgun she hasn't touched in 2 years, still wrapped in an oiled cloth. And a photo. Faded. Creased down the middle. A man in uniform. Army dress blues. Smiling. Arm around a younger version of her. She's smiling too. They both look happy. She stares at it for a long time. Then she carries it to the sink, pulls out a lighter, flicks it, holds the corner of the photo to the flame. It catches. Burns slow. The edges curl and blacken. The man's face disappears first, then hers. She drops it in the sink, watches it burn down to ash. The smoke alarm doesn't go off. It's been disabled for months, batteries removed. When it's done, she washes the ashes down the drain with cold water, closes the lockbox, slides it back under the bed. Her phone rings. She stares at it, lets it ring 4 times, then answers. "You saved him," the voice says. Low, familiar. A voice she hasn't heard in 18 months. "I know. They're coming for you. I know. Why did you do it?" She looks at the burn marks in the sink, the faint smell of smoke. "Because I'm tired of people dying." The voice is quiet for a moment. "You can't run from this." "I'm not running." "Then what are you doing?" She picks up the gun from the lockbox, unwraps it, checks the chamber. Empty. She loads it, smooth, muscle memory. "Finishing what I started. Elena, don't use that name." Silence.
"They know who you are," the voice says. "Or they will soon, and when they do, they'll burn everything you've built." "I haven't built anything." "You're trying to. I can see it. You think working in that hospital, saving people, makes up for—" "It doesn't," she cuts in. "I know it doesn't." "Then why are you still there?" She looks at her reflection in the cracked mirror. "Because I don't know what else to do." The line goes quiet. Then, "They'll kill you for this."
They've tried before. Not like this. You exposed yourself. The man you saved, he's a federal witness in a corruption case. You just painted a target on both of you. He was dying. He was supposed to die. She closes her eyes. "Not while I'm still breathing," the voice sighs. "That's what you said in Kandahar, and I meant it then too. You can't save everyone. I can try." The line goes dead. Elena sets the phone down, slides the gun into her waistband, pulls her jacket on over it, looks around the motel room one last time. She's stayed in worse places. She'll stay in worse again. She opens the door. Outside, headlights sweep across the parking lot. 2 cars. Dark sedans. Moving slow. Deliberate. Elena doesn't run, doesn't hide, just steps out into the cold, hands visible, and walks toward them. The cars stop. Doors open. 4 men step out, suits, earpieces, hands near their waists. One of them steps forward. "Elena Voss? Depends who's asking." "Federal agents, we need to ask you some questions." "About what?" "The man you saved tonight. Ethan Cole." She doesn't react. "I saved a lot of people tonight." "Not like him?" The agent steps closer. 22 gunshot wounds. No pulse for 4 minutes. You brought him back. He tilts his head. "How?" "Training." "From where?" "Nevada. Rural clinic." "That clinic burned down." She shrugs. "I left before that." Your references don't check out." "Then maybe you called the wrong numbers." The agent studies her. "You're very calm for someone whose entire identity just fell apart." "I don't fall apart easy." "We can see that." He pulls out a tablet, shows her a photo. It's her employee file from the hospital. "This is fake. The real Elena Voss died 3 years ago in a car accident in Oregon." She doesn't blink. "Sounds like a mix-up." "No. Sounds like you stole a dead woman's identity." "Prove it." The agent smiles, not friendly. "We don't have to. You're coming with us." "Am I under arrest?" "Not yet." "Then I'm not going anywhere." One of the other agents moves. Elena's hand drops to her waist. The agent freezes. "Don't," the first agent says quietly. "We're not here to hurt you. We're here because Ethan Cole asked us to find you." That gets her attention. "Why?" "He says you're not a nurse." What does he think I am? He wouldn't say. Just told us to find you before someone else does. Elena's jaw tightens. Who's someone else? The people who put 22 bullets in him. Silence. They missed, the agent continues, because of you. And now they know they missed, which means they'll come back. For him. And for you. Elena looks past him at the motel, at the cracked window of her room, at the neon sign flickering above the office. When? She asks. Could be tonight. Could be tomorrow. Could be 5 minutes from now. She looks back at him. Then we should move. The agent nods. Get in the car. I need my bag. Leave it. No. He hesitates, then nods to one of the others. Go with her. Elena walks back to her room, the agent following. She grabs her bag, checks the lockbox one more time, leaves it, walks out, locks the door, drops the key on the front desk as she passes. The clerk doesn't look up. She gets in the back of the SUV. The agent sits across from her. The car pulls out of the lot. Where are we going? She asks. Safe house. You'll stay there until we figure out what's happening. I'm not staying anywhere. You don't have a choice. She leans back. Everyone has a choice. The agent doesn't respond. They drive in silence for 20 minutes. The city falls away. Suburbs. Then nothing. Just highway and darkness. Elena watches the road, counts exits, notes landmarks, old habits. Her phone buzzes, still in her pocket. She pulls it out. New text. Unknown number. You can't hide from us. She deletes it, turns the phone off. The agent notices. Who was that? Wrong number. You get a lot of wrong numbers? More than I'd like. They pull off the highway onto a side road, then onto a dirt road. The SUV bounces over ruts. Trees close in on both sides. No streetlights, no houses. Finally, they stop in front of a small cabin. Lights on inside. Another SUV already parked out front. This is it, the agent says. Elena gets out, looks around. Woods, quiet, isolated. Cozy, she says. Inside, the cabin is sparse. Table, chairs, a couch. A small kitchen. 2 agents already there, both armed. And on the couch, wrapped in a blanket, looking pale and exhausted, Ethan Cole. He looks up when she walks in. Their eyes meet. He tries to sit up, winces. You, he says. Me, she replies. You saved my life. You're welcome. He stares at her. Who are you? Elena Voss. No, you're not. She doesn't respond. I know what I saw, Ethan says. The way you moved, the way you worked. That wasn't nursing school. That was combat medicine. The room goes quiet. Elena looks at the agents, then back at Ethan. You should rest. Answer the question. I did. Then answer it again, honestly. She crosses her arms. I'm a nurse. That's all you need to know. Bull. One of the agents steps forward. Mister Cole, I need to know who this woman is, Ethan snaps. Because the people who tried to kill me don't send amateurs. They send professionals. And if they're coming back, I want to know who's standing between me and them. Elena meets his eyes, holds his gaze, doesn't blink. Someone who's tired of running, she says quietly. Ethan's expression shifts. Something like recognition. You were military, he says. She doesn't confirm, doesn't deny. What unit? Doesn't matter. If it does to me. She turns to the agent. How long do I have to stay here? Until we clear the threat. How long will that take? We don't know. She looks around the cabin, at the windows, at the doors, at the angles. This place is a death trap. It's secure. No, it's isolated. There's a difference. The agent frowns. We have perimeter security, sensors, cameras. How many exits? 2. Not enough. It'll have to be. Elena shakes her head, walks to the window, looks out into the dark, trees everywhere, no lights except the cabin. They're already out there, she says. We swept the area. Then sweep it again. The agent opens his mouth to argue. That's when the lights go out. The agent opens his mouth to argue. That's when the lights go out. Darkness swallows the cabin whole. For half a second, nobody moves. Then training kicks in. Elena drops low, rolls left toward the wall. Her hand finds her gun. She hears the agents moving, fumbling for flashlights. Someone's breathing too loud. Ethan makes a sound like he's trying not to panic. "Stay down!" one of the agents hisses. No kidding, Elena thinks. A flashlight clicks on, sweeps the room. Another joins it. The beams cross, throwing shadows that jump and twist. "Perimeter breach?" One agent asks into his radio. Static. "Perimeter, do you copy?" More static. "We're offline, was it?" the other agent says. His voice is tight. "Comms are down. Power's down. We're blind." Elena moves to the window, stays low, peers out. The woods are black. No moon tonight. No stars. Just trees and nothing. "Could be a blown transformer," the first agent says. Doesn't sound convinced. "Or someone cut the line," Elena says. "We have backup generators, which haven't kicked in." Silence. Ethan shifts on the couch. "We need to move." "Negative," the agent says. "We hold position until—" A window shatters. Glass explodes inward. Something metallic hits the floor, rolling. "Grenade!" Elena shouts. She's already moving, grabs Ethan by the arm, hauls him off the couch. He gasps in pain but doesn't fight her. She drags him toward the back door as the agents scramble. One of them kicks the grenade toward the kitchen. It bounces, rolls, smoke hisses out. Not explosive. Smoke, grenade. The room fills fast. Thick white clouds that burn the eyes and throat. Elena pulls her shirt over her mouth, keeps moving. Ethan's coughing. She tightens her grip on him. "Back door," she says. "Now!" The agents are shouting. She can't see them anymore, just smoke and shapes. She hits the back door, throws it open. Fresh air rushes in. She pulls Ethan through, out onto a small porch. The woods are right there. 20 feet of clearing, then darkness. Behind them, gunfire erupts. Automatic. Short controlled bursts. The agents returning fire at something she can't see. "Go," she tells Ethan. Shoves him toward the trees. "I can't." "You can. Move." He stumbles forward. She stays behind him, gun up, scanning. Her eyes are adjusting to the dark. Not fast enough. A shape appears at the tree line, then another, then 3 more. Professional. Tactical gear. Night vision. Suppressed weapons. Elena fires twice, doesn't wait to see if she hit. Just grabs Ethan and runs. They crash into the woods. Branches whip her face. Roots try to trip her. Ethan's breathing like a freight train. She can hear him struggling, ribs probably cracked. Maybe worse. "Keep moving," she says. "I'm trying." Behind them, more gunfire, shouting, then shents. The wrong kind of silence. Elena doesn't look back, just keeps going. Her mind is racing, cataloging terrain, exits, options. They're in the middle of nowhere, no backup, no extraction, just trees and enemies with night vision. They hit a creek. Shallow. She drags Ethan through it. The water is freezing. He gasps. "Why? Dogs," she says. "If they have them." "Do they?" "I don't know, but we're not taking chances." They scramble up the far bank. She pauses, listens. Nothing yet. But they'll come. They always come. "How far can you run?" she asks. "Not far." "Then we don't run. We hide." She pulls him off the game trail, deeper into the brush. Finds a fallen tree, thick trunk, rotting. Shoves him down behind it. "Stay here. Don't move. Don't make a sound." "Where are you going?" "To buy us time." "You can't." She's already gone. Elena moves through the woods like a ghost. Slow, deliberate. Every step placed carefully. She learned this a long time ago. Another life. Another war. She finds a good spot. High ground. Clear sight lines back toward the cabin. She settles in behind a rock, gun ready, and waits. 60 seconds. 90. Then she sees them. 4 shapes moving through the trees, spread out, communicating with hand signals. They're good. Trained. Military or close enough. They're tracking. Following the trail she and Ethan left, which means they haven't found the creek yet. Elena aims, breathes, squeezes. The shot cracks through the woods. The lead man drops. The others scatter, returning fire. Bullets snap past her. She's already moving, low and fast, changing position. She fires again. Misses. Curses. Fires a third time. Another man goes down. Or maybe just dives for cover. Hard to tell in the dark. They're shouting now. Repositioning, trying to flank her. She moves again, circles wide, gets behind them, fires twice more. One definitely hits. She hears the grunt. Then her gun clicks empty. She drops the magazine, reaches for her spare. Realizes she doesn't have one. Left it in the motel room lockbox like an idiot. The remaining shooters are closing in. She can hear them. Coordinated. Professional. Elena makes a decision, drops the gun, pulls her knife instead, melts into the shadows. She waits, barely breathing. One of them passes within 6 feet. She can smell his aftershave. He's scanning with his rifle, night vision down. She moves, fast, silent, knife to the back of his knee. He screams. She strips his rifle as he falls, reverses it, slams the stock into his head. He stops screaming. Gunfire erupts. They found her. Muzzle flashes light up the woods. She rolls, comes up firing the stolen rifle. Drops one, maybe two. Hard to tell. Then something slams into her shoulder. Hot, sharp. She's hit. She doesn't stop. Can't stop. Fires the rest of the magazine. Hears someone cursing in pain. Then silence. She waits. Listens. Nothing. Slowly she stands. Her shoulder is on fire. She reaches up, touches it. Warm blood. Through and through. Could be worse. She checks the bodies. 3 down, 1 missing. She reloads the rifle from a dead man's vest. Takes his radio too. The radio crackles. Team 2, report. Lena doesn't answer. Team 2, do you copy? She turns it off, pockets it. Then she heads back to Ethan. He's where she left him, curled behind the log, shaking. When he sees her, his eyes go wide. You're bleeding. I'm fine. That's not fine. It's fine enough. Can you walk? I think so. Then let's move. She helps him up. He stares at the rifle in her hands, at the blood on her jacket, at her face. You're not a nurse, he says quietly. We've been over this. Who are you? Someone trying to keep you alive. Why? Because I already saved you once. Be a waste to let you die now. They move through the woods, slower this time. Ethan's limping. Elena's shoulder is screaming, but they move. After 20 minutes, they hit a road. 2-lane. Empty. Middle of nowhere. Elena checks both directions. Nothing. We need a card, Ethan says. I know. How do we get one? We wait. For what? For someone stupid enough to stop. They wait in the tree line. 5 minutes. 10. Then headlights appear. A truck, old Ford, rusted out, driving slow. Elena steps into the road, raises her hand. The truck slows, stops. Window rolls down. An old man leans out, squinting. You all right, miss? Car broke down, Elena says. Can you give us a ride? The old man looks at Ethan, at Elena's bloody shoulder. His expression shifts. You in some kind of trouble? Yes. He blinks. Wasn't expecting honesty. What kind of trouble? The kind where people die if you don't help us. The old man is quiet for a long moment. Then he reaches over, unlocks the passenger door. Get in. They climb in. The truck smells like oil and old coffee. Country music plays low on the radio. Where you headed? The old man asks. Nearest town, Elena says. That'd be Millbrook, 20 miles east. Perfect. They drive in silence. The old man keeps glancing at them. Finally, he speaks. You military? Used to be, Elena says. Thought so. Got that look. He shifts gears. My son was Army, Iraq. Didn't come back. I'm sorry. Yeah, me too. He's quiet for a moment. You need a hospital? No. You're bleeding pretty good. I'll manage. Stubborn. Practical. He almost smiles. What's your name? Better if you don't know. All right then. He drives another mile. There's a motel in Millbrook. Owner's a friend. Won't ask questions. Thank you. Don't mention it. Literally, don't mention it. They reach Millbrook just before dawn. Small town, one main street. Everything closed except a gas station and a diner. The old man pulls up to a motel. Faded sign. Sleepy Pines. Half the letters burned out. Tell Martha that Hank sent you. She'll set you up. Elena nods. We appreciate it. You need anything else? You let her know. She's good people. They get out. The truck pulls away. Ethan watches it go. Why'd he help us?
Because some people still do, Elena says. Inside the motel office smells like pine cleaner and burnt popcorn. A woman in her 60s sits behind the desk, reading a paperback. Help you? She asks without looking up. Hank sent us. The woman looks up, takes in Elena's bloody shoulder, Ethan's pale face, doesn't blink. How long you need the room? One night? Cash or card? Cash. $50, no questions. Elena counts out the bills. The woman hands her a key. Room 7, end of the row. Ice machine's busted. Vending machine takes quarters. She goes back to her book. You didn't see me. I didn't see you. Understood. The room is exactly what Elena expected. One bed, brown carpet, TV from the 90s, bathroom with a dripping faucet. Ethan sits on the bed, winces. Now what? Now I fix my shoulder and we figure out what the hell is happening. She goes into the bathroom, strips off her jacket. Her shirt is soaked through. She peels it off. The wound is ugly. Entry and exit, clean enough. No bone, no major vessels. She's had worse. She washes it in the sink, bites down on a towel to keep from making noise, finds the first aid kit in her bag, packs the wound, wraps it. Not great, but it'll hold. When she comes out, Ethan is on the phone. Who are you calling? She asks. My handler, FBI. Hang up? What? Hang up, now. Why? Because whoever just tried to kill you knew exactly where you were, which means someone on the inside told them. Ethan stares at her, then slowly lowers the phone. You think the Bureau is compromised? I think someone is. And until we know who, we trust nobody. Then how do we? We don't. We go dark. We figure this out ourselves. Ethan runs a hand through his hair. This is insane. Welcome to my world. She sits down at the small table, pulls out the radio she took off the dead shooter, turns it on, scrolls through channels. Most are silent. Then she hits one with chatter. Lost contact with Team 2. Orders? Hold position. Wait for confirmation. Copy that. Elena turns it off, looks at Ethan. How many people knew you were at that cabin? Just my handler and his supervisor. Names. Agent Marcus Reeves. Supervisor is Deputy Director Karen Aldrich. You trust them? I did. Not anymore? Ethan is quiet, then shakes his head. I don't know. What's the case? Elena asks. The one you're testifying in. Defense contractor corruption. BlackRock Security Solutions. They've been running off-book operations, illegal arms deals, assassinations, all under the guise of private military contracts. He looks at her. I was their logistics coordinator, moved money, moved weapons, moved bodies when things went wrong. Why'd you flip? Because they killed someone I cared about. His voice is flat, dead. Made it look like an accident, but I knew. I had the records, the proof, so I went to the FBI. And now BlackRock wants you dead. Yeah. Who's running their cleanup crew? A man named Victor Kane, former Delta, psychopath, very good at making problems disappear. Elena nods slowly. The men at the cabin, that was his team? Probably. Then he knows we're alive, and he'll keep coming. So what do we do? Elena stands, walks to the window, looks out at the empty parking lot. Dawn is breaking, pink light on the horizon. We go on offense, she says. How? You said you have records, proof. Yeah, digital files, encrypted, stored on a secure server. Where? FBI database. Can you access it remotely? Not without clearance, and if I try, they'll know. What about a physical copy? Ethan hesitates. There's a backup, flash drive. I kept it in case something went wrong. Where is it? Safe deposit box, First National Bank in Richmond.
How far is Richmond? 3 hours. Maybe 4. Elena turns from the window. Then that's where we're going. We can't just walk into a bank. They'll be watching. Let them watch. You're insane. You keep saying that. She grabs her jacket. Get some rest. We leave in 2 hours. I can't sleep. Try anyway. She goes outside. The air's cold. Clean. She breathes deep. Her shoulder hurts like hell. She ignores it. Her phone is still off. She turns it on. Waits. 23 missed calls now. 15 voicemails. She deletes them all without listening. Then she dials a number from memory. It rings 4 times. Then a voice answers. I told you not to call this number. I need a favor, Elena says. No. Please. Silence. Then a sigh. What kind of favor? Information, off the books, BlackRock Security Solutions. What do you know? Why? Because they're trying to kill me. Of course they are. A pause. You're involved in Ethan Cole case? How do you know about that? Everyone knows about that. It's the biggest corruption case in a decade. You picked a hell of a fight. I didn't pick it. It picked me. Story of your life. Another pause. BlackRock is connected, top to bottom. Defense Department, CIA, FBI. Even got people in Congress on the payroll. Who's running point? Victor Kane. He's got a kill team. Best in the business. If he's after you, you're already dead. Not yet. Give it time. I need names. Who inside the Bureau is working with Kane? That's above my pay grade. Guess. Silence. Then, if I had to guess, someone high up, someone with access to witness protection protocols, someone who can move resources without raising flags. Deputy director level? At least. Elena closes her eyes. Karen Aldrich. I didn't say that. But you're not saying I'm wrong. I'm not saying anything. This conversation never happened. Oh, one more thing. Can you get me a clean car? Something that won't ping any databases. Where? Millbrook, Virginia. That's a big ask. I know. You'll owe me. Add it to the list. The line goes dead. Elena pockets the phone, goes back inside. Ethan is sitting on the bed, staring at nothing. We have a car coming, she says. 2 hours. Be ready. Who is that? Someone who used to trust me. Do they still? Enough. Ethan looks at her. Really looks at her. You've done this before. Not nursing. This, running, fighting, surviving. Elena doesn't answer. Who are you? He asks again. She meets his eyes. I was a medic. Army. Special operations. Did 3 tours. Afghanistan. Iraq. Syria. She pauses. When I came back, I couldn't stop. Kept deploying, kept volunteering, kept trying to save people. Her voice drops. Until I couldn't save the one that mattered. Your husband. She blinks. How did you... You don't wear a ring, but you've got a tan line. Recent. Like you just took it off. She looks down at her hand. He's right. The pale band is still there. His name was David, she says quietly. He was a contractor. BlackRock. Ethan goes very still. He was on a job in Yemen. Something went wrong. The team was ambushed. David and 2 others were killed. BlackRock called it bad intel, acceptable losses. She looks up. I didn't accept it. Started digging. Found out it wasn't bad intel. It was a setup. BlackRock sold them out to cover a weapons deal gone sideways. You tried to expose them. I tried. They came for me. Burned my house. Killed my dog. Made it very clear that if I didn't disappear, I'd be next. She crosses her arms. So I disappeared. New name. New life. Became a nurse. Thought maybe I could save people the right way this time. And then I showed up. Yeah. I'm sorry. Don't be. You gave me something I didn't have anymore. What's that? A reason. They sit in silence. Outside, the sun is fully up now. The motel is waking. Doors opening. Cars starting. Normal people doing normal things. 2 hours later, a car pulls up. Black sedan. Nondescript. A woman gets out. Mid-40s, jeans and a leather jacket. She walks to the door, knocks twice. Elena opens it. The woman hands her the keys. Tank's full. Registration's clean. Don't wreck it. I'll try. You look like hell. Feel worse. The woman almost smiles. You always did know how to pick the wrong fights. It's a gift. Stay alive, Elena. Working on it. The woman walks away. Gets picked up by another car. Disappears. Elena and Ethan get in the sedan. She drives. He navigates. They take back roads. Avoid highways. Stop once for gas and coffee that tastes like dirt. By early afternoon, they're on the outskirts of Richmond. Big city. Lots of cameras. Lots of eyes. The bank is downtown, Ethan says. Main Street. We'll need to park a few blocks away. We'll need more than that. She pulls into a thrift store. They go inside. She buys him a suit jacket and glasses, buys herself a scarf and sunglasses. They change in the car. We look ridiculous, Ethan says. We look different. That's the point. They park 3 blocks from the bank, walk the rest. Elena scans constantly. Rooftops, cars, faces, looking for anything wrong. The bank is old, stone facade, heavy doors, security guard inside. Cameras everywhere. They walk in. The guard glances at them, doesn't react. They head to the safe deposit area. A clerk greets them, young, bored. Can I help you? I need to access my box, Ethan says. Hands her his ID. She checks it, types something, frowns. One moment. She disappears into the back. Elena tenses. That's not good. Maybe it's nothing. Or maybe they flagged your name. The clerk returns with a manager. Older man, glasses, nervous smile. Mr. Cole, the manager says, there's been a hold placed on your account. A hold? Yes, federal order. I'm afraid I can't grant you access without clearance from... Elena's phone buzzes. She pulls it out. Text from the unknown number. They're coming. Get out. Now. She grabs Ethan's arm. Get out. We need to leave. What? Now. They turn toward the exit. The doors open. 2 men walk in. Suits, earpieces, eyes scanning. Not FBI. BlackRock. Elena changes direction. Pulls Ethan towards the back of the bank. The men spot them. Start moving faster. Hey, the manager calls. You can't go back there. Elena ignores him. Hits the employee door. Locked. She kicks it. Once. Twice. It splinters open. Alarms start screaming. They run through the back hallway. Offices. Break room. Storage. Elena's looking for an exit. Any exit. Behind them. Shouting. Footsteps. She finds a door marked emergency exit. Slams through it. They're in an alley. Trash bins. Loading dock. Narrow passage between buildings. They run. Elena's shoulder is bleeding again. She can feel it. Doesn't care. They hit the street. People everywhere. Lunch crowd. She pulls Ethan into the flow. Tries to blend. Don't look back, she says. Just keep walking. They make it half a block. Then a black SUV screeches around the corner, stops, doors open. 4 men get out. Tactical gear. Weapons hidden under jackets. Victor Kane steps out last. Tall. Lean. Cold eyes. He looks right at Elena. Smiles. She pulls Ethan into a coffee shop. Through the front, out the back, into another alley. The men follow. Elena's mind is racing. They're boxed in. Outnumbered. Outgunned. She needs an edge. She sees a fire escape. Grabs Ethan. Up! They climb. Fast. Her shoulder screams. She ignores it. They reach the roof. Flat. Gravel. Air conditioning units. Below, the men are climbing after them. Elena looks around. The next building is close. Maybe 10 feet. Maybe 12. Can you jump? She asks. Ethan stares at the gap. Are you serious? Very. I'll die. You'll die if you don't. He looks at her, then at the gap, then back at her. I hate you, he says. Get in line. They run, hit the edge, jump. For a second, they're airborne, falling. Then they hit the next roof. Roll. Ethan screams. Elena's shoulder feels like it's tearing in half. They get up, keep running. Behind them, gunfire. Bullets spark off metal. They dive behind an AC unit. Elena looks at Ethan. You still have your bank ID? Yeah, why? Because we're going to need another plan. More gunfire. Closer. Elena pulls out the radio, turns it on. Victor Kane, I know you're listening. Static. Then, Elena Voss. Heard you were dead. Disappointed? Surprised. You were always hard to kill. Let's make a deal. I don't make deals. You will for this one. I have something you want. The files? Maybe. You're bluffing. Am I? Silence. Then, what do you want? A meeting. Just you and me. No guns. No team. Kane laughs. Why would I agree to that? Because if you don't, I upload everything Ethan knows to every news outlet in the country. Your operation, your clients, your entire network. Gone. Another pause. Longer this time. Where? Kane asks. Elena looks at Ethan. He's staring at her like she's lost her mind. Maybe she has. The old rail yard. East side. 1 hour. I'll be there. Come alone. Or what? Or I disappear and you spend the rest of your life looking over your shoulder. The line goes dead. Ethan grabs her arm. What are you doing? Ending this. That's suicide. It's the only way. He'll kill you. He'll try. They climb down the fire escape, move through the streets. The city is loud, busy. Nobody notices two bloodied people moving like shadows. Elena's phone buzzes one more time. She looks at it. You don't have to do this alone. She almost replies. Almost. Then she turns the phone off, throws it in a trash can. They reach the rail yard just as the sun is setting. Abandoned trains, rusted tracks, broken glass everywhere. Elena checks her rifle. 3 rounds left. Not enough. She looks at Ethan. Stay here. Don't move until I come back. And if you don't come back, then run. Don't stop. Don't trust anyone. Elena, promise me. He hesitates, then nods. I promise. She walks into the rail yard alone. Her boots crunch on gravel. The wind picks up. Cold. Sharp. In the center of the yard, Victor Kane is waiting. Alone. Arms crossed. No visible weapons. Elena stops 20 feet away. You came, she says. So did you. He tilts his head. Where's Cole? Safe. For now. You're not getting him. I don't need him, just the files. You think I have them? I think you're lying, same as you were at the bank. Kane smiles. You were never going to upload anything. You don't even have access. Cole's box was flagged. You got nothing. Elena doesn't respond. But that's okay, Kane continues, because I don't need the files. I just need you both dead. And now I know where you are. He raises his hand. Lights flood the rail yard. 10, 20, 30 armed men step out of the shadows, surrounding her, rifles raised. Elena looks at Kane. You never intended to deal. No, I just wanted to see your face when you realized you lost. She's silent for a moment, then she smiles. Who says I lost? Kane frowns. That's when the sirens start. Dozens of them. Police, federal, converging from all directions. And stepping out of one of the trains behind Kane, FBI Deputy Director Karen Aldrich, with a full tactical team. Kane's face goes white. Victor Kane, Aldrich says, you're under arrest. Kane's men hesitate, lower their weapons. They're contractors, not suicidal. Kane stares at Elena. You set me up. No, Elena says. I just gave you enough rope. Aldrich steps forward. The entire conversation was recorded. Your admission, your team, all of it. She nods to her agents. Take him. They move in. Kane doesn't resist, just stares at Elena as they cuff him. This isn't over, he says. Yeah, Elena replies. It is. They drag him away. Aldrich approaches Elena. That was reckless. It worked. Barely. Good enough. Aldrich studies her. Ethan Cole is safe. We have him in protective custody. Real protective custody this time. And the files? We accessed them an hour ago. Everything he promised. BlackRock is done. Their contracts are terminated. Arrests are already starting. Elena nods. Then I'm leaving. Not yet. We need your statement. You have the recording. We need more than that. Elena shakes her head. I'm done. I saved your witness. I handed you Kane. That's all you're getting. Ms. Voss, that's not my name. Aldrich pauses. Who are you really? Elena looks at her, then past her. At the agents, at the flashing lights, at the controlled chaos of justice finally catching up. Nobody, she says. Just someone who's tired of running. She turns and walks away. We'll need to talk eventually, Aldrich calls after her. Then you know where to find me. Elena disappears into the shadows. Her shoulder is bleeding, her ribs hurt. She's exhausted, but she's alive. She finds Ethan 2 blocks away, hiding behind a dumpster. Is it over? He asks. For you, yeah. What about you? I'll figure it out. He stands, looks at her. Thank you. Don't mention it. Seriously, you saved my life, twice. 3 times, but who's counting? He almost smiles. What now? Now you go with the feds, testify, put these people away. She hands him her rifle. And don't trust anyone who says they're on your side until they prove it. What about you? I'll be fine. Where will you go? She looks up at the sky. Dark now, stars coming out. Somewhere quiet, she says. For a while. She walks away. Doesn't look back. 3 days later, she's in a different city, different motel, different name. She's watching the news. The BlackRock case is everywhere. Arrests, indictments, congressional hearings. Ethan's testimony is front page. Her phone rings. New phone, clean number. She answers. You've been busy, the voice says. It's Aldrich. How'd you get this number? Elena asks. I'm FBI. It's literally my job. What do you want? To offer you a deal. Not interested. You haven't heard it yet. Don't need to. We could use someone like you, someone who knows how to operate outside the system, someone who's not afraid to get their hands dirty. I'm done getting my hands dirty. Are you? Because it looked like you were pretty comfortable in that rail yard. Elena is quiet. Think about it, Aldrich says. We can protect you, give you resources, let you do what you're good at. And what's that? Saving people who can't save themselves. Elena closes her eyes. I'll think about it. That's all I ask. The line goes dead. Elena sits in the silence of the motel room. The TV flickers. Outside, traffic hums. Normal life, normal world. She looks at her hands, still steady, still strong, still capable of violence or healing. Maybe both. Her new phone buzzes. Text from unknown number. Redwood Heights Medical Center is hiring. Chief of Emergency Medicine just retired. They need someone with field experience. Thought of you. No signature. Elena stares at the message. Then she starts packing. But before she can zip her bag, the door explodes inward. 3 men, masks, guns, and behind them, stepping through the smoke. A woman Elena recognizes. Someone she thought was dead. Someone from the program. From the unit. From the war. The woman smiles. Hello, Elena. Been a long time. The woman smiles. Hello, Elena. Been a long time. Elena doesn't move. Her mind is cataloging exits, weapons, angles. The door is blocked. 3 armed men. The window behind her is 2nd floor. Survivable drop, maybe. Her gun is in the bag 3 feet away, too far. The woman steps into the room. She's older than Elena remembers. Late 30s. Short dark hair. Scar running from her left ear to her jaw. She's wearing tactical pants and a black jacket. No visible weapons, but Elena knows better. Surprised? The woman asks. Should I be, Major? The woman laughs, cold. Haven't heard that rank in years. It's just Raven now. That's not your real name either. No, but then again, neither is Elena Voss. Raven gestures to the men. They lower their weapons slightly, but don't leave. We need to talk. So talk. Not here. Too many ears. Then you shouldn't have kicked down my door. Raven shrugs. Dramatic entrance, you understand. Elena's eyes flick to the bag. Raven notices. Smiles wider. Don't, Raven says. You're good, but not that good. Not anymore. Try me. I'd rather not. This doesn't have to be ugly. You broke into my room with 3 armed men. It's already ugly. Raven sighs, pulls out a chair, sits, crosses her legs. Fine. We'll do it here. She nods to the men. Outside, watch the hallway. They hesitate. I said outside. They leave. Close the broken door behind them as best they can. Raven looks at Elena. Sit. I'm fine standing. Suit yourself. Raven pulls out a cigarette, lights it, takes a drag. You made a lot of noise with the BlackRock situation. That was the point. You exposed Victor Kane, shut down his operation, put a major defense contractor out of business. Another drag. People noticed. Good. Not good. Dangerous. Raven leans forward. You remember the program. The one we were both part of. The one that doesn't exist on paper. Hard to forget. It's active again. New name, new leadership, but same mission, covert medical operations, embedded medics in Black Ops teams. We save who we're told to save, let the rest die. Elena's jaw tightens. And you came here to recruit me? No, I came here to warn you. That stops Elena. Warn me about what? The program didn't like what you did. You went loud. You exposed connections. BlackRock had contracts with us. Now those contracts are under investigation. Congressional committees are asking questions. Questions that lead to doors we don't want opened. Raven stubs out the cigarette on the table. You became a liability. So they sent you to clean me up. They sent me to give you an option. Which is? Come back, rejoin the program. Use your skills where they matter. We'll bury your past. Protect you from the people who want you dead. Raven stands. Or don't. And spend the rest of your short life looking over your shoulder. Elena stares at her. That's not an option. That's a threat. It's reality. You know how this works. You can't walk away from what we were, what we did. It follows you. Forever. I already walked away once. And look how that turned out. Your husband dead. Your life in shambles. Running from city to city like a ghost. Raven steps closer. This is mercy, Elena. Take it. I don't want your mercy. Then what do you want? To be left alone. Raven laughs. Actually laughs. You had your chance at that. You blew it when you saved Ethan Cole. When you took down Kane. When you painted a target on your back so big that half the intelligence community can see it from space. Then I'll deal with it. How? You're one person. We're an organization. You can't win this. Elena meets her eyes. I don't have to win. I just have to survive long enough to make it not worth your while. Raven is quiet for a moment, then she nods. I told them you'd say that. And? And they told me to make the problem go away. She walks to the door, pauses. You have 48 hours. After that, I can't help you. I didn't ask for your help. No, but you're going to need it. Raven opens the door. The men are waiting outside. Move every 6 hours. Change your appearance. Don't use phones. Don't contact anyone from your old life. She looks back. And Elena, if we meet again, it won't be to talk. She leaves. The men follow. Their footsteps echo down the hallway. Elena stands alone in the ruined room. Her hands are shaking. She clenches them into fists, forces them steady. She grabs her bag, checks the gun, loaded. She shoves it in her waistband, grabs the rest of her things. 30 seconds. She's out. Down the stairs. Through the back exit. Into the alley. She doesn't run. Running attracts attention. She walks. Fast. Purposeful. 3 blocks. 4. Then she ducks into a parking garage. Finds a car. Older model Honda. She breaks the window. Quiet. Quick. Hot wires it in under a minute. Drives out. The city blurs past. She's thinking. Planning. Raven wasn't lying. 48 hours isn't much. But it's enough. She needs leverage. Something to make the program back off. Something big enough that killing her becomes more trouble than it's worth. She pulls over, finds a payphone, ancient, covered in graffiti. She feeds it quarters, dials a number from memory. It rings and rings. Finally, someone picks up. Yeah? It's me. A pause. You've got some nerve calling this number. I need help. No. Please. I said no, you burned that bridge. I'm burning everything right now. What's one more? Elena leans against the glass. I need files. The program. The one we were in. Anything you can get me. That's classified, beyond classified. That's career suicide. I know. Then why are you asking? Because they're coming for me. And if they get me, they'll come for you next. For everyone who knows anything. Elena pauses. You want to stay alive. Help me end this. Silence. Long. Heavy. What do you need? The voice finally asks. Personnel files, funding sources, operational records, anything that proves the program exists. That's impossible. You're NSA. Nothing's impossible for you. I'm a mid-level analyst. I don't have access to, You have more access than I do. And you're still breathing because you're smart enough to keep insurance. I know you have files. Everyone in the game does. Another pause. If I do this, we're even. You never contact me again. Deal. Where do I send it? Elena thinks. There's a dead drop. North Charleston, Old Warehouse District. Unit 42. You remember? I remember. 24 hours. That's not enough time. Make it enough. She hangs up, gets back in the car, drives. By dawn, she's in Charleston. Different city, different game. She finds a motel, pays cash. No ID, the clerk doesn't care. In the room, she collapses on the bed. Her shoulder is screaming. She peels off the bandage. The wound is infected, red, swollen, hot to the touch. She curses, finds a pharmacy, buys antibiotics, no prescription. The pharmacist takes one look at her and doesn't ask questions. Small miracles. Back in the room, she swallows the pills dry, cleans the wound again, rewraps it. It's bad, getting worse. She needs real medical attention. But hospitals mean records. Records mean being found. She'll manage. She always does. She sets an alarm. 4 hours. Then she sleeps. Dreamless. Or maybe she dreams and doesn't remember. Either way. When the alarm goes off, she's up. Moving. Checks the dead drop location on a map. Warehouse district. Industrial. Abandoned. Perfect for an ambush. She goes anyway. The warehouse is exactly as she remembers. Rusted metal, broken windows, graffiti everywhere. She approaches carefully. Checks the perimeter. No cars, no movement, no obvious surveillance. Unit 42 is in the back. She picks the lock. Inside, it's empty except for a single metal box. She opens it. Flash drive. Single sheet of paper with a handwritten note. This is everything I could find. It's worse than you think. Burn after reading. We're even. She pockets the flash drive. Burns the note with her lighter. Leaves. Back in the motel, she needs a computer. Can't use her own. Can't use a public library without being seen. She finds an internet cafe, the kind that's dying out. Ancient PCs, immigrant workers sending money home, students playing games. Nobody cares who you are. She pays for an hour, sits in the back, plugs in the drive. It takes a moment to load. Then files. Hundreds of them, thousands. Personnel records. Her name is there, her real name, the one she hasn't used in years. And others, dozens of operatives. Most she doesn't recognize. A few she does. Raven is there. Real name, Sarah Kincaid, former Army, Delta, recruited 2012. Funding sources, shell companies, defense contractors, foreign accounts. Some names she recognizes. BlackRock Security Solutions. Others she doesn't. But the money flows are clear, billions, routed through layers of bureaucracy, untraceable, unless you know where to look. And operational records, missions, targets, casualties, body counts, names of people they saved, names of people they didn't. It's all there. Everything. The proof. The receipts. The smoking gun. Elena copies the files to 3 separate drives, encrypts them, sends one to a secure server, hides one in the motel, keeps one on her. Then she starts reading, really reading. One file catches her eye. Recent, dated 3 weeks ago. Operation Nightfall, priority, Alpha. Target, Ethan Cole. Status, federal witness. Threat level, critical. Objective, terminate. Minimal exposure. Authorized by Deputy Director Karen Aldrich. Elena stops. Reads it again. Aldrich. The FBI Deputy Director who arrested Kane, who saved Ethan, who offered Elena a job. She's part of the program. Elena's stomach drops. She keeps reading. Secondary objective. Identify and neutralize any witness interference. Authorized force level, unlimited. That's her. She's the interference. And at the bottom of the file, a name she recognizes. The person who filed the report. The person who authorized the hit. Major Sarah Kincaid. Raven. Elena sits back, stares at the screen. It was never about BlackRock. Kane was a distraction, a fall guy. The real threat was Ethan's testimony. What he knew about the program, about the money, about who was really pulling the strings. Aldrich wasn't cleaning up corruption. She was protecting the program. And Elena walked right into it. She logs out, wipes the browser history, leaves. Outside, the sun is setting. She has maybe 12 hours left before Raven's deadline expires. Not enough time to run. Not enough time to hide. So she won't. She pulls out a burner phone, dials. Aldrich answers on the second ring. Voss, I was wondering when you'd call. We need to meet. I'm listening. In person. Why? Because I know what you are. And you know what I have. Silence. Then, where? Pier 9, Charleston Harbor. 1 hour. Come alone. You're in no position to make demands. Neither are you. 1 hour. Or I upload everything. She hangs up. Pier 9 is industrial. Shipping containers stacked like building blocks. Cranes looming overhead. Water lapping against concrete. No civilians. No witnesses. Elena arrives early. Finds a vantage point. Waits. Aldrich shows up exactly on time. Black SUV. Alone, as promised. Or at least appearing to be. Elena steps out of the shadows. You came. You didn't leave me much choice. Aldrich looks around. Where are your backup files? Safe. That's not an answer. It's the only one you're getting. Aldrich smiles. Doesn't reach her eyes. You're smart. I'll give you that. But you're also naive if you think those files mean anything. They mean everything. They prove the program exists. They tie you to illegal operations, to assassinations, to national security operations authorized at the highest levels. Aldrich cuts her off. You think Congress doesn't know? You think the president doesn't know? They all know. They all approve, because sometimes dirty work needs to be done, and people like you and me, we're the ones who do it. I'm nothing like you. No, you were part of the program. You took the same oath, followed the same orders, got the same blood on your hands. I left. And yet here you are, right back in the middle of it. Aldrich steps closer. You can't escape what you are, Elena. You're a weapon. That's all you've ever been. The only question is who's holding the trigger. Nobody holds my trigger anymore. Then you're just a weapon waiting to go off, and that makes you dangerous. Aldrich reaches into her jacket. Elena's hand drops to her gun. Aldrich freezes, smiles, slowly pulls out a phone. Relax. I'm just showing you something. She turns the phone around. It's a live feed, video, a room. Ethan Cole tied to a chair, bruised, bleeding. Elena's blood turns to ice. You lied, she says. You said he was safe. He was, until you became a problem. Aldrich pockets the phone. Here's the deal. You give me the files, all of them, and Ethan lives. You walk away. We never speak again. Or he dies. Then you die. Then anyone you've ever contacted in the last 72 hours dies. And the files? We bury them. Same way we've buried everything else. Elena stares at her. You can't kill everyone. Watch me. If you could, you already would have. You need something from me. Otherwise, you just shoot me right now. Aldrich's smile fades. You're right. We need to know where the files are. Every copy, every backup. You're the only one who knows. So this is an interrogation. This is a negotiation. Then here's my counteroffer. You let Ethan go. You shut down the program. You turn yourself in. And maybe I don't burn your entire operation to the ground. Aldrich laughs. You have no leverage. I have enough. Elena pulls out a dead man's switch. Small device. Red button. This is linked to a timer. If I don't reset it every 6 hours, the files upload automatically to every news outlet, every congressional oversight committee, every foreign intelligence agency. The whole world sees what you've been doing. Aldrich's expression hardens. You're bluffing. Am I? They stare at each other. The water slaps against the pier. A ship horn sounds in the distance. How do I know you'll stop if I give you what you want? Aldrich asks. You don't. But you know I'll upload if you don't. I could just kill you right now. Take my chances with the timer. You could, but Raven's standing behind you with a rifle, and she's wondering the same thing. Aldrich spins. Nothing. Empty pier. When she turns back, Elena is gone, vanished into the containers. Aldrich curses, pulls her gun, starts moving, searching. But Elena knows this terrain. Spent years training in places just like this. She moves like smoke, silent, invisible. She circles around, gets behind Aldrich, presses her gun to the back of the woman's head. Drop it, Elena says. Aldrich hesitates, then drops the gun. Kick it away. She does. Now, where's Ethan? I'm not telling you. Elena hits her, hard, across the back of the head with the gun. Aldrich drops to her knees. Where? You'll never find him in time. Elena hits her again. Try me. Aldrich spits blood. Warehouse. East Bay Street. Unit 12. How many guards? Butts her 4. Liar. 6, maybe 8. Elena zip ties Aldrich's hands, gags her, leaves her there. Then she runs. East Bay Street is 10 minutes away. She drives, fast, reckless. Doesn't care about traffic laws. The warehouse is industrial, gated, guards at the entrance. She doesn't slow down, crashes through the gate, metal screams, sparks fly. The guards scatter. She keeps going, right through the main door. Inside, it's chaos. Men shouting, guns up. She slides the car sideways, uses it as cover, starts firing, controlled, precise. Each shot counts. 1 guard down, 2, 3. Return fire punches through the windshield. She rolls out, takes cover behind a concrete pillar. Voss, someone shouts, stand down! She doesn't answer, just moves. Flanks left, takes out another guard, then another. A bullet grazes her arm. She doesn't feel it. Adrenaline, training. The part of her that's been asleep is awake now, the part that was forged in war. She clears the room. 6 guards down. Not dead. Mostly. She's not trying to kill, just stop. In the back, she finds him. Ethan. Still alive. Beaten. But alive. She cuts him loose. Can you walk? I think so. Then move. They're halfway to the exit when the lights go out, and this time she knows who's coming. Elena, Raven's voice. Calm, close. This ends now. It ended the moment you came for me. No. It ends when you're dead. Gunfire erupts, muzzle flashes in the dark. Elena grabs Ethan, dives behind a shipping crate. Bullets tear through metal. Sparks shower down. Stay low, Elena says. What are you going to do? Something stupid? She pops up, fires twice. Raven returns fire. Elena's already moving, circling, hunting. They're both trained the same way, same program, same instincts. This is a chess match played at lethal speed. Elena reaches into her pocket, pulls out a flare, pops it, throws it. The warehouse lights up, red, blinding. Raven shields her eyes. Elena takes the shot, hits her in the shoulder. Raven spins, drops, doesn't stay down, rolls, fires back. Elena's already gone. They move through the warehouse like ghosts, each looking for an opening, each knowing the other's moves before they make them. Elena finds cover behind a forklift. Raven circles. Elena can hear her breathing. Controlled. Patient. You were the best of us, Raven calls out. Before you went soft. Elena doesn't respond. David would be ashamed. That gets her. Elena steps out, fires. Raven anticipated it. Fires back. The bullet catches Elena in the vest, knocks her down. Air explodes from her lungs. Raven approaches, gun raised. It's over. Elena looks up, blood in her mouth, vision swimming. Yeah, it is. She pulls the pin on a smoke grenade, rolls it between them. White smoke billows. Raven fires blind. Elena crawls. Gets to Ethan. Out. Now. They run, stumble. Elena's ribs are cracked. Maybe worse. She doesn't stop. Can't stop. They burst through a side door into the alley. A car is waiting, engine running, not hers. The window rolls down. It's the analyst, the one who gave her the files. Get in, he shouts. They pile in. The car screeches away. Behind them, Raven emerges from the warehouse. Fires. The back window shatters. But they're already gone. The analyst drives like he's trained, which he is. Former Marine before NSA. What the hell are you doing here? Elena asks. Saving your ass. You're welcome. I didn't ask for... You didn't have to. We're even, remember? This makes us uneven again. He glances in the mirror. Buckle up. We've got company. 2 black SUVs, closing fast. The analyst takes a hard right, then a left. They're in downtown now. Traffic, pedestrians, dangerous. The SUVs don't care, they ram through. Elena looks back, sees Raven in the lead vehicle. Face cold, determined. She's not going to stop, Elena says. Neither am I. The analyst floors it. They weave through traffic. Horns blare, people scatter. The SUVs stay on them. Then ahead, a bridge. Drawbridge. It's rising. You've got to be kidding, Ethan says. The analyst grins. Hold on. He accelerates. The car hits the ramp. Goes airborne. For a second they're flying, the gap below. Water, death. They hit the other side, hard. The suspension groans, sparks fly. But they make it. The SUVs don't. They screech to a stop. Too late. Too heavy. They can't make the jump. Raven gets out, stands at the edge, watches them disappear into the city. Elena watches her shrink in the mirror, until she's gone. They ditch the car, find another, keep moving. By midnight, they're in a safe house. Actual safe house. Off-grid. Owned by someone who owes the analyst more favors than Elena wants to know about. Inside, she tends to Ethan's wounds, cleans them, bandages them. He'll be okay. Bruised, traumatized, but okay. Then she looks at the analyst. Why did you help me? He shrugs. Because you were right. They would have come for me next. Better to fight now than wait for the knock on the door. What now? Now we upload the files, all of them, everywhere. Burn the program to the ground. They'll come for us. Let them. We'll be ready. Elena looks at Ethan. You good with this? He nods. Let's finish it. They work through the night, uploading, encrypting, distributing. By dawn, it's done. The files are out there, irretrievable, unstoppable. Within hours, the news breaks. Major scandal, defense contractor corruption, illegal black ops programs, assassinations, cover-ups. It's everywhere. Congress launches investigations. The FBI raids offices. Arrests begin. And in a quiet office in Washington, Karen Aldrich watches her world collapse. She picks up her phone, dials. It's done, she says. Voss won. The voice on the other end is calm. Not yet. We still have options. What options? The kind that don't leave witnesses. Aldrich hangs up, stares at her computer, at the files flashing across the news, at her career ending in real time. Then she opens a drawer, pulls out a handgun. Back in the safe house, Elena is exhausted. Her shoulder is infected. Her ribs are broken. She's running on fumes. But it's over. Finally, Ethan is safe. The program is exposed. Justice is coming. She lets herself believe it, just for a moment. Then the analyst's phone rings. He answers. His face goes white. What? Elena asks. He turns on the TV. News, breaking, live footage, Redwood Heights Medical Center, smoke, fire, ambulances, chaos. The headline reads, Hospital bombing, dozens injured, suspect at large. And on the screen, a photo of a suspect. Her photo. Elena Voss. The analyst looks at her. They're framing you. Elena stares at the screen, at her face, at the hospital she almost went back to, at the people she wanted to save. This isn't over, she says quietly. No, the analyst agrees. It's just getting started. The screen cuts to a press conference. A man in a suit, FBI logo behind him. He speaks into the microphone. We are actively searching for Elena Voss, former military medic, suspected in today's attack. She is considered armed and extremely dangerous. If you see her, do not approach. Call authorities immediately. Elena's phone buzzes. Text. Unknown number. You took everything from us. Now we take everything from you, starting with your name, your freedom, your life. Run all you want. You're already dead. She deletes it, looks at Ethan, at the analyst, at the burning hospital on the screen. They want a war, she says. Let's give them one. They want a war, she says. Let's give them one. The analyst shuts off the TV. The room goes quiet, except for the hum of the refrigerator and distant traffic. Elena's face is still plastered across every channel. Most wanted. Terrorist. Bomber. We need to move, the analyst says. This location is compromised the second anyone connects me to you. How long do we have? Ethan asks. Maybe an hour, maybe less. Elena's shoulder throbs. She ignores it. Her mind is already working. They framed her for the hospital bombing, which means they have evidence. Fake evidence. Security footage, eyewitness testimony. Maybe even planted forensics. They're good, she says quietly. I'll give them that. Good enough to bury you, the analyst replies. He's already packing. Laptop, hard drives, weapons. Every cop in the state is looking for you right now. FBI, marshals, probably National Guard by morning. Then we don't run. Both men stop. Look at her. What? Ethan says. Running proves their story. Makes me look guilty. Elena walks to the window, looks out at the street. Normal people. Normal lives. We prove I didn't do it. How, Ick? The analyst asks. They control the narrative, the evidence, the investigation. Then we take it back. She turns. The bombing happened 2 hours ago. I was here, with both of you. That's an alibi. An alibi from a wanted witness and a rogue analyst, Ethan says. That won't hold up. It will if we prove the bomb was planted before I could have gotten there. Elena pulls out her phone, starts scrolling. What time did the explosion happen? The analyst checks his laptop. 6:43 p.m. I was in the warehouse with Raven at 6:30. Aldrich can confirm that. She was on the pier at 6:15. Elena's fingers move fast, typing, searching. We were in Charleston. The hospital is in Richmond. That's a 5-hour drive, physically impossible. Unless you had help, the analyst counters. They'll say you had an accomplice, that you planned it in advance. Elena stops. He's right. Of course he's right. Then we need to prove who actually planted it, she says. And how do we do that? She thinks. The program doesn't make mistakes. They're too careful, too thorough, which means the bombing was planned, coordinated. Someone on the inside. Security footage, she says. The hospital has cameras. If we can access them, we can see who planted the device. The FBI already sees that footage, Ethan says. Then we get it from the FBI. The analyst laughs, doesn't sound amused. You want to hack the FBI while you're wanted by the FBI. You're an SA. You've done worse. I'm a mid-level analyst, not a black hat hacker. But you know people who are. He's quiet, then nods. Yeah, I know someone. How fast can they work? Depends on the firewalls. Could be hours, could be days. We don't have days. Then I'll make a call. He pulls out a different phone. Encrypted, dials, waits. It's me. I need a favor. Big one. Pause. FBI evidence server. I need access to security footage from Redwood Heights Medical Center. Tonight's bombing. Another pause. Yeah, I know what I'm asking. He listens, then looks at Elena. They want 50,000. I don't have 50,000. They'll take 20. I don't have 20 either. The analyst sighs, speaks into the phone. Put it on my tab. He hangs up. You owe me. Add it to the list. He opens his laptop, starts typing. This is going to take time. We need to stay off of the grid. No phones, no credit cards, nothing digital. Elena nods, looks at Ethan. You should go. What? You're clear. The FBI knows you were taken. They know you're a victim. You walk into any police station right now, they'll protect you. And leave you to do this alone? It's not your fight anymore. It became my fight when you saved my life. Ethan's voice is firm. Twice. I'm staying. Elena studies him. He's exhausted, beaten, but there's steel in his eyes, the kind that doesn't bend. All right, she says, but if it goes south, you run. Understood? Understood. The analyst's laptop beeps. We're in. Downloading footage now. He watches the progress bar. This is going to take 20 minutes. Then we wait. They wait. Elena paces. Her mind won't stop. The program is desperate. Framing her as a scorched earth move, which means they're scared. Scared of what she knows. Scared of what she can prove. Good. Fear makes people sloppy. The laptop beeps again. Got it. The analyst opens the files, security footage, multiple angles, time-stamped. He scrubs through. The hospital, normal day, staff, patients, visitors. Then at 4:17 p.m., a man enters. Maintenance uniform. Tool bag. Baseball cap low, face obscured. There, Elena says. That's him. The analyst zooms in. Enhances. The face is still unclear, but the gait, the build, military, trained. The man moves through the hospital. Confident. Knows where he's going. Basement level, boiler room. He's inside for 18 minutes. Emerges without the tool bag. He planted it there, Ethan says. Yeah. The analyst keeps scrubbing. The man exits the hospital at 4:40. Gets into a van. No plates visible. Can you track the van? Elena asks. Not from this footage, but he switches to another camera. Street view. The van drives past. He zooms, enhances, gets a partial plate. Got it. Give me a second. He runs the partial through a database, waits, then hits. Van is registered to a shell company, Apex Logistics. Guess who owns it? Let me guess. The program. Close. BlackRock Security Solutions. Elena goes still. Kane's company. Yeah, except Kane's in federal custody. So who's running it now? The analyst digs deeper. Corporate records. Ownership transfers. Then he finds it. Sarah Kincaid, filed 3 days ago. She took over BlackRock's remaining assets after the indictments. Raven. Of course it's Raven. So she plants the bomb, Ethan says. Frames Elena. Keeps the program hidden. Ties up loose ends. And she's probably already planning her next move, Elena adds. She looks at the analyst. Can you send this footage to the press, to Congress? I can, but it won't be admissible in court. Illegally obtained evidence. I don't care about court. I care about public opinion. Once people see this, they'll question the FBI's story, start digging, asking questions. It'll also tell Raven we have the footage. Good. Let her know. The analyst hesitates, then nods, starts uploading. This is going to every major news outlet, congressional oversight committees, Justice Department watchdogs. Once I hit send, there's no taking it back. Do it. He does. Within 30 minutes, the footage is everywhere. News networks interrupt regular programming. Social media explodes. Questions start flying. If Elena Voss was in Charleston at 6:30, how did she plant a bomb in Richmond at 4:17? Who is the man in the maintenance uniform? Why won't the FBI address these inconsistencies? The narrative cracks. Not much, but enough. Elena watches the coverage on the laptop. A reporter stands outside the FBI field office. Sources tell us the Bureau is reviewing new evidence that may exonerate Elena Voss in today's hospital bombing. No official statement yet, but questions are mounting about the initial investigation. Another channel. A legal analyst. If this footage is authentic, it raises serious concerns about whether Ms. Voss was properly identified as a suspect. The timeline simply doesn't match. Ethan leans back. It's working. For now, Elena says, but Raven won't let this stand. She'll adapt. Come at us another way. Then we hit her first, the analyst says. We've got footage. We've got corporate records. We've got proof the program exists. Let's take it all the way. Congressional testimony, Public hearings, burn it all down. Elena shakes her head. That takes time. Lawyers, depositions. Raven will disappear long before that happens. So what do you want to do? I want to end this, tonight. How? Elena looks at the screen, at Raven's name on the corporate filings. We draw her out, make her come to us. She's not stupid. She won't walk into a trap. She will if she thinks she's winning. The analyst frowns. What are you thinking? We leak a location, make it look like we're planning something she can't ignore. Like what? Elena's mind races, then it clicks. The server, the one with all the program's operational files. If she thinks we're about to access it, she'll come to stop us. We don't know where that server is. No, but she doesn't know we don't know. Elena starts pacing. We put out chatter. Make it look like we've located it. Set up a meet, a handoff, something that looks real. Ethan catches on. And when she shows up to stop us, we're ready. Exactly. The analyst looks skeptical. This is a long shot. You have a better idea? He doesn't. They spend the next hour setting it up. The analyst posts in encrypted forums, dark web channels, places where intelligence operatives lurk, coded messages, coordinates, times, all pointing to a location, an abandoned data center outside Richmond. Tonight, midnight. If she's monitoring these channels, she'll see it, the analyst says. She's monitoring, Elena replies. She's too smart not to. They pack up. Weapons, equipment. The analyst brings surveillance gear. Elena checks her gun, reloads. Her shoulder is worse. The infection is spreading. She can feel the fever starting, but she pushes it down. Not yet. Not until this is done. They drive separately, 2 cars. The analyst and Ethan in one. Elena alone in the other. If it goes bad, they scatter, regroup later. The data center is exactly what Elena hoped for. Isolated, multiple entry points, good sight lines, perfect for an ambush, which is exactly what she's planning. They arrive an hour early, set up. The analyst plants cameras, motion sensors. They wire the building, not to kill, just to alert. Then they wait. 11:30? Nothing. 11:45. Still nothing. Elena starts to think Raven didn't take the bait. Then at 11:52, the sensors ping. Vehicle approaching. No headlights. Contact! The analyst whispers into the radio. Elena moves to her position. 2nd floor. Window overlooking the entrance. Rifle ready. She watches. The vehicle stops. 200 yards out. Doors open. Figures emerge. 4. No, 5. Tactical gear. Night vision. They spread out. Professional. Raven is with them. Elena can tell by the way she moves. Confident. Controlled. They approach the building. Cautious. Checking angles. One of them signals. They stack up at the entrance. Elena waits. They breach. Fast. Smooth. Clearing rooms, moving like a machine. The analyst's voice crackles. They're inside. I see them. The team moves deeper, searching, looking for the server that doesn't exist. Elena lets them get committed. Then she keys the radio. Now! The analyst triggers the lights, floods, blinding white. The team freezes, shields their eyes. Elena's voice booms through a speaker. Raven, we need to talk. Silence. Then Raven's voice. Calm. Elena? Clever, but pointless. Is it? You're surrounded. Cameras are rolling. Live stream. Thousands watching right now. Raven looks up, spots the camera. Her expression doesn't change. You're bluffing. Am I? Elena's voice is steady. Wave to the audience. Raven doesn't wave, just stares at the camera. Then she smiles. Even if you're streaming, it doesn't matter. I'll be gone before anyone gets here. Maybe, but they'll see your face, your team, the weapons, the tactical gear. They'll know the FBI was wrong, that you're the real bomber. They'll know I'm cleaning up a mess you created. Raven's smile fades. Last chance, Elena. Surrender. Come quietly. We can make this easy. Or we do this the hard way. Elena doesn't answer, just aims. Raven sees it, reacts. Light her up! The team fires. Suppressed weapons. Bullets punch through the window. Elena's already moving, rolling left. Glass shatters behind her. She returns fire. Controlled bursts, keeps them pinned. Downstairs, Ethan and the analyst are moving, flanking. The plan is working. Mostly. Raven's team splits. 2 go after Elena. 3 move to cut off the exits. Elena hits the stairs, takes them fast. Her shoulder screams. She nearly falls, catches herself, keeps going. She hits the ground floor. Door ahead. She bursts through, into the main room. One of Raven's men is there. He spins, fires, misses. Elena doesn't. He goes down. Behind her footsteps. She spins. Another shooter. They fire simultaneously. His shot goes wide. Hers doesn't. But she's out. The rifle clicks empty. She drops it. Pulls her sidearm. Raven appears. Gun raised. They lock eyes. End of the line, Raven says. For one of us. They fire. Both miss. Cover. Reload. You can't win this, Raven calls out. Even if you kill me, the program continues. There are others. Always others. Then I'll deal with them too. You're one person. I've been one person before. Still here. Raven moves. Fast. Flanking. Elena anticipates. Mirrors her. They're circling. 2 predators. Same training. Same instincts. David would hate what you've become, Raven says. Elena's finger tightens on the trigger. Don't. He believed in the mission, in serving something bigger. You threw that away. The mission got him killed. No, you got him killed. By being weak. By hesitating. Elena steps out. Fires. Raven dives. Returns fire. The bullet grazes Elena's side. She doesn't feel it. Just rage. They close. Hand to hand now. Gun to gun. Raven strikes first. Elena blocks. Counters. They trade blows. Brutal. Efficient. Raven gets the upper hand. Disarms Elena. Gun skitters away. Elena sweeps her leg. Raven falls. Elena follows. Fists, elbows, knees. Raven fights back. Gets a chokehold. Elena can't breathe. Vision tunneling. She reaches. Finds a shard of glass. Drives it into Raven's thigh. Raven screams. Releases. Elena rolls. Gasps for air. Both women struggle to their feet. Bloodied. Exhausted. This doesn't have to end with one of us dead, Raven says, breathing hard. Yes, it does. Why? Because you won't stop. None of you will. As long as the program exists, people like David keep dying. So you're doing this for revenge. I'm doing this because someone has to. Sirens. Distant but closing. The stream worked. Police. FBI. Someone saw. Raven hears them too. Curses. This isn't over. Yeah, it is. Raven runs, limping, fast. Her team follows. They pile into the vehicle. Tires screech. They're gone. Elena doesn't chase, just collapses against the wall, slides down. The analyst and Ethan appear. Alive. Roughed up, but okay. You good? The analyst asks. Been better. They're gone. For now. Outside, the sirens are louder. Red and blue lights flash through the broken windows. We need to go, Ethan says. No. Elena shakes her head. I'm done running. They'll arrest you. Let them. The stream is out there. The footage. The truth. They can't bury it now. The analyst hesitates. You sure about this? No, but I'm doing it anyway. Police burst through the door, guns drawn. Hands up, now! Elena raises her hands, slowly. I'm unarmed. I'm surrendering. They swarm her, cuff her. Reader writes. She doesn't resist. As they lead her out, she sees the crowd. Press. Cameras. People streaming on phones, the whole world watching. A reporter shouts, Ms. Voss, did you plant the bomb? No. Then who did? Ask Sarah Kincaid. Ask the program she works for. Ask why the FBI won't investigate her. They shove her into a car, drive away. Elena sits in the back, hands cuffed, shoulder bleeding, but calm, almost peaceful. She did it. The truth is out. Not all of it, but enough. At the FBI field office, they process her. Fingerprints, photos, medical check. A doctor looks at her shoulder, shakes his head. This needs surgery and antibiotics. You're septic. I know. How long have you been walking around like this? Too long. They admit her to the medical wing, under guard. She doesn't fight, just lets the IV drip, lets the antibiotics do their work. Hours pass. Maybe days. She loses track. Then a visitor, Karen Aldrich. She looks different, tired, older. You're under arrest, Elena says flatly. Not yet. Aldrich sits. But soon. The evidence you released started an internal investigation. My phones are tapped. My account's frozen. It's only a matter of time. Good. Is it? You think bringing me down fixes anything? Aldrich leans forward. The program doesn't end with me, or Raven, or anyone. It's an idea, a need. As long as there are wars, there will be people like us. Maybe, but you won't be part of it. Aldrich smiles, sad. No, I won't. She stands. For what it's worth, I respect what you did. You're a better soldier than I ever was. I'm not a soldier anymore. Yes, you are. You just picked a different war. Aldrich leaves. Elena closes her eyes. 2 days later, the charges are dropped. The bombing evidence doesn't hold up. The footage exonerates her. The FBI issues a public apology. Quietly, grudgingly. But the damage is done. Congressional hearings are scheduled. Indictments are coming. BlackRock's remaining assets are seized. The program is being dismantled. Slowly, painfully. But surely. Elena is released. No fanfare, no press, just a quiet discharge. She walks out into the sunlight, breathes free air. Ethan is waiting, and the analyst. What now? Ethan asks. Now I figure out who I am when I'm not fighting. Any ideas? She thinks of the hospital, of saving lives instead of taking them, of using her hands to heal. Maybe, she says. We'll see. They walk together. 3 people who survived the impossible. Somewhere across the city, Raven watches from a rooftop, bandaged, hunted, but alive. She pulls out a phone, encrypted, dials. It's me, she says. Voss is free. I know. The voice on the other end is calm, familiar. Let her go. What? She won this round. Let her have it. And the program? We rebuild. Elsewhere. Different name, different faces. But the mission continues. And Voss? Leave her alone. For now. She earned that much. The line goes dead. Raven stares at the phone, then at the city below, at Elena walking away. She considers, for a long moment. Then she pockets the phone, turns, disappears into the shadows. For now. 3 weeks later, Elena receives a letter. No return address. Just a single sentence typed on plain paper. The hospital board has reviewed your application. Position starts Monday. Don't be late. She stares at it, reads it again, then a third time. Redwood Heights Medical Center, Chief of Emergency Medicine. She almost laughs. Almost. Instead, she packs. 1 bag. Same as always. But this time, it's different. This time, she's not running. She's going home. Monday morning, 7 a.m. Elena walks through the hospital doors, same fluorescent lights, same smell of antiseptic and fear. But different. Because she's different. The staff watches, whispers. She's famous now. Infamous. The nurse who took down a shadow government program. The woman who survived. She ignores them. Goes to the locker room. Changes into scrubs. Puts on her ID badge. Dr. Elena Voss, Chief of Emergency Medicine. She stares at it. Still doesn't feel real. Dr. Voss? She turns. A young nurse. Nervous. Yes? We have an incoming trauma. GSW, multiple. ETA, 3 minutes. Elena nods. Let's go. They move, fast, practiced, into the trauma bay. The team assembles, waiting, ready. The doors burst open. Paramedics rush in. Man on the gurney. Blood everywhere. No pulse. The attending looks at Elena. Orders? Elena steps forward, looks at the patient, at the wounds, at the flat line on the monitor. Not while I'm still breathing, she says. Her hands move, compressions, airway, access. The team follows her lead, trusting, believing. The monitor beeps, then holds. A rhythm, weak but there. The room exhales. Elena steps back, looks at her team. Good work. Get him to surgery. They move, efficient, confident. And in the observation window above, watching the whole thing, Ethan and the analyst, and Dr. Garrett, the man who fired her months ago. Garrett shakes his head. Told you we were wrong about her. Ethan smiles. Yeah, you did. They watch as Elena moves to the next patient and the next, saving lives, one at a time, doing what she was meant to do. But in the parking lot outside, a black sedan sits, engine off, windows tinted. Inside, a woman watches the hospital entrance. Not Raven, someone new, someone Elena doesn't know yet. The woman lifts a phone, takes a photo of Elena through the glass doors, sends it. A response comes back immediately. Confirmed, target acquired, proceed to phase 2. The woman starts the engine and drives away, and drives away. Elena doesn't see the sedan leave. She's already moving to the next patient. Compound fracture, screaming kid, panicked mother. She stabilizes the arm, orders x-rays, explains the procedure in a voice that's calm enough to cut through the chaos. The mother stops crying, nods, trusts her. That's new. Being trusted without having to prove it first. Elena finishes her shift at midnight. 14 hours straight. 3 cardiac arrests, 2 saves, 1 loss. The loss sits heavy in her chest, but she's learning to carry it differently now. Not as failure, just as reality. She's in the locker room changing back into street clothes when her phone buzzes. Unknown number. She almost doesn't answer, then does. Voss? Dr. Voss, and the voice is female, professional, unfamiliar. My name is Director Julia Mendez, FBI. I need to meet with you. Elena's guard goes up immediately. About what? Not over the phone. Tomorrow, 9 a.m. There's a coffee shop 2 blocks from the hospital, Riverside Cafe. I'll be waiting. I don't take meetings with the FBI anymore. This isn't about arresting you. It's about protecting you. From what? Tomorrow, 9 a.m. The line goes dead. Elena stares at the phone. Every instinct says, don't go, walk away. But curiosity wins. It always does. The next morning, she arrives at Riverside Cafe at 8:50, scans the room. A woman in her mid-40s sits alone in the back corner. Pantsuit, no-nonsense haircut. 2 coffees already on the table. Elena sits, doesn't touch the coffee. Dr. Voss, the woman says, I'm Director Mendez. Thank you for coming. You didn't give me much choice. You always have a choice. Mendez slides a folder across the table. Open it. Elena does. Photos, surveillance shots, the black sedan from yesterday, the woman inside, close-ups of her face. Who is she? Elena asks. Her name is Natasha Volkov, former Russian intelligence, GRU. She's been in the country for 3 weeks. We've been tracking her. Why? Because she's a cleaner, specializes in making problems disappear. And right now, you're a problem. Elena sets down the folder. For who? The remnants of the program you exposed. They're regrouping, rebranding, but they can't do that while you're still alive and talking. I'm not talking, I'm working, saving lives, staying quiet. Doesn't matter, you're a symbol now, the person who brought them down. As long as you exist, they're vulnerable. Mendez leans forward. Volkov isn't here to scare you. She's here to eliminate you, and she's very good at her job. Elena processes this. Why are you telling me? Because the Bureau screwed up. We let Aldrich operate for years. We ignored the signs. We arrested you when we should have been protecting you. Mendez's voice is steady, direct. This is me trying to fix that. By warning me? By offering you protection, safe house, new identity, relocation. Elena laughs, short, bitter. I just got my life back. You want me to give it up again? I want you to stay alive. No, I'm done hiding. Mendez sits back, studies her. Then what do you want to do? End it, for real this time. How? Elena thinks. Volkov is here. Hunting, which means she's close, watching, waiting for an opening. Set a trap, Elena says. Use me as bait. That's insane. It's the only way. She won't stop. You said it yourself. As long as I'm alive, I'm a threat, so let her come. But on my terms. Mendez is quiet for a long moment. Then she nods. All right. What do you need? They spend the next 2 hours planning. Mendez brings in her team, 4 agents, all hand-picked, all trustworthy, or at least Mendez claims they are. The plan is simple. Elena goes about her normal routine. Volkov will make a move. When she does, the team closes in. Arrest, interrogation. Then they roll up whoever sent her. What if she doesn't take the bait? One of the agents asks. She will, Elena says. I'm too tempting a target. That night, Elena goes home. A small apartment she rented 2 weeks ago. First place she's had in years that feels like hers. She double-checks the locks, closes the curtains, sits on the couch with her gun on the coffee table. Sleep doesn't come. She stares at the ceiling, listening, waiting. Nothing happens. The next day is the same. Work, patience, lives saved. The FBI team shadows her, discreet, but she knows they're there. Still nothing. Day 3. Same routine, but Elena's instincts are screaming. Volkov is close. She can feel it, the way the air changes before a storm. She finishes her shift, walks to her car. The parking garage is nearly empty. Fluorescent lights flicker. Her footsteps echo. She unlocks the car, slides inside. That's when she sees it. A small device under the steering wheel. Red light blinking. Bomb. Elena doesn't panic, just moves, fast, out of the car, running. She's 20 feet away when it detonates. The explosion is massive. Fire, shrapnel. The shockwave knocks her down. Ears ringing, vision blurred. She rolls, gets up, stumbles. Gunfire, suppressed. Bullets spark off concrete near her feet. She dives behind a pillar. Volkov steps out of the shadows. Gun raised, professional, calm. Dr. Voss, she says. Accent thick. Russian. You are harder to kill than I expected. Elena's gun is in her bag. 10 feet away. Might as well be a mile. Let me guess, Elena says. You're getting paid a lot for this. Enough. What if I pay you more? Volkov smiles. You cannot afford me. Try me. No, I have reputation. You die tonight. She aims. Elena tenses, ready to move, knowing she won't be fast enough. Then gunfire erupts. Not from Volkov. From above. FBI agents. Rooftop positions. Volkov spins. Returns fire. But she's outnumbered. Outgunned. She runs, fast, tactical, disappears into the stairwell. Mendez appears, helps Elena up. You okay? Define okay. Can you walk? Yeah. Then let's go. She's contained. We've got exits covered. They move. Fast. The team sweeps the garage, floor by floor, but Volkov is gone. Vanished. How? Elena asks. Service tunnels, one of the agents says. They connect to the sewer system. She knew the layout. Mendez curses. She's in the wind. Elena shakes her head. No, she's not done. She failed. That'll eat at her. She'll come back. When? Soon. They take Elena to a safe house. Actual safe house this time. Fortified. Secure. Agents rotating shifts. She's trapped. Protected. Same thing. 3 days pass. No sign of Volkov. No attacks. No contact. Then on the 4th day, Elena's phone rings. Her personal phone. The one only a handful of people have the number to. She answers. Dr. Voss? Volkov's voice. We need to talk. I'm listening. Not on phone. In person. Where? You know where. The place it started. 1 hour. Come alone. Or I start killing people you care about. The line goes dead. Elena looks at Mendez. She wants a meet. The hospital. It's a trap. I know. So we don't go. We do, but we do it smart. They plan, fast. The FBI sets up around the hospital. Snipers, surveillance, tactical teams. Elena wears a wire, concealed weapon, vest under her jacket. She walks into Redwood Heights Medical Center at 11 p.m. The night shift is on. Fewer people. Quieter. She goes to the roof. Access doors unlocked. She steps out into the cold night air. Volkov is waiting, standing at the edge, looking out at the city. "You came," Volkov says without turning. "You threaten people I care about." Empty threat. "I do not kill innocents, not unless paid." Comforting. Volkov turns. "You are interesting woman, Dr. Voss. You fight system. You win. Most people, they lose, they die. You survive. What do you want?" "To understand. Why you do this? Why you not take money? Disappear? Why you stay? Fight?" Elena steps closer. "Because running doesn't fix anything. It just delays the inevitable." "Inevitable?" "People like you. Coming for people like me. It never stops unless someone makes it stop." Volkov nods slowly. "I respect this, but respect does not stop contract." "Then cancel the contract." "Cannot. Would destroy reputation." "Who hired you?" "You know I cannot say." "Raven, Sarah Kincaid, she hired you." Volkov's expression doesn't change, which is confirmation enough. "Where is she?" Elena asks. "If I tell you, you kill her. Then I lose client, bad for business." "If you don't, the FBI arrests you, also bad for business." Volkov considers, then smiles. "You are right. This is problem." She pulls out a phone, tosses it to Elena. Address is in notes. Raven's location. "My gift to you." Elena catches it, checks. An address in Maryland. Coordinates. Photos. "Why?" Elena asks. "Because Raven, she does not pay enough. She promised much. Deliver little. I am done with her." Volkov walks toward the door. "Now we are even. You do not chase me. I do not kill you. Deal?" Elena should say no, should signal the FBI, should end this. But she doesn't. "Deal," she says. Volkov nods, disappears into the stairwell. Mendez's voice crackles in Elena's ear. "Voss, what the hell are you doing? We had her." "Let her go." "What?" "She gave us Raven. That's who we want." Silence. Then Mendez sighs. "You're going to get me fired." "Probably." They mobilize. Fast. FBI tactical teams, helicopters. The full arsenal. The address in Maryland is a rural property. Isolated farmhouse. 30 acres. Perfect for someone trying to disappear. They hit it at dawn. Coordinated breach. Flashbangs. Agents pouring in from all sides. Raven is inside. Alone. No security. No backup. Just her. She doesn't fight, just raises her hands. Calm. Almost like she was expecting this. They cuff her. Read her rights. Drag her out. Elena is there. Watching from behind the perimeter. Raven sees her. Stops. Looks her in the eye. "You won," Raven says. "Yeah." "What now? You kill me? Put me in prison?" "I let the system handle you. The system is broken. Then we fix it, one piece at a time." Raven almost smiles. "You always were an idealist. And you were always a coward, hiding behind orders, behind the program, never taking responsibility." Raven's smile fades. "I did what was necessary." "No, you did what was easy." They load Raven into an armored vehicle. Drive her away. Elena watches until she's out of sight. Mendez approaches. "It's over. Raven's in custody. Volkov's gone. The program is finished." "Is it?" "As finished as anything gets in this world." Elena nods. "What happens to Raven?" "Trial, public, televised, every dirty secret exposed. She'll spend the rest of her life in prison." "Good."
"And you? What are you going to do?" Elena looks at the sunrise, pink and gold spreading across the horizon.
"I'm going back to work." 3 weeks later, Congress holds public hearings. Raven testifies. Under oath, cameras rolling, the whole country watching. She names names, reveals operations, exposes funding sources. The program collapses under the weight of its own corruption. Arrests follow. indictments, trials. The machine that created the program is dismantled, slowly, painfully, but completely. Karen Aldrich is sentenced to 20 years, no parole. She doesn't appeal, just accepts it. Maybe as penance, maybe as resignation. Victor Kane gets life. Raven gets 30 years, others get less. Some walk free on technicalities. Justice is messy, imperfect, but it's justice. Elena watches the news coverage from her office at the hospital, a real office now, with her name on the door, Chief of Emergency Medicine. There's a knock. She looks up. Ethan, and the analyst. Thought we'd check in, Ethan says, see how you're doing. I'm good. Busy, but good. The analyst nods. We saw the hearings. Congratulations. You did it. We did it. No, Ethan says. This was you, start to finish. Elena doesn't argue, just gestures to the chairs. They sit. So what's next for you two? She asks. Ethan shrugs. I testified, did my part. Now I'm trying to figure out normal life. Thinking about going back to school, maybe teaching. That suits you. The analyst leans back. I'm leaving NSA. Took a job with a cybersecurity firm, legal this time, mostly. Elena smiles. Good. They sit in comfortable silence. Three people who survived the impossible, who fought when they could have run, who won when they should have lost. You ever think about what comes next? The analyst asks. After all this? Elena looks out the window. At the city, at the people moving through their lives, unaware of how close they came to something terrible. This is what comes next, she says. Saving lives, teaching residents, making sure what happened to us doesn't happen to anyone else. That's a big job, Ethan says. Yeah, but someone has to do it. They leave. Elena sits alone in her office. Her phone rings. Hospital switchboard. Dr. Voss, incoming trauma, multiple victims, bus accident, ETA 5 minutes. She's already moving out of the office, down the hall, to the trauma bay. The team assembles, nurses, residents, techs. They look to her, waiting. All right, people, Elena says, let's get to work. The doors burst open, gurneys roll in, chaos, screaming, blood. But Elena doesn't flinch, just moves, calm, controlled, directing traffic, saving lives. This is who she is now, not a weapon, not a ghost, just a doctor who refuses to give up. One of the residents freezes, panicking. Elena grabs his shoulder. Breathe, she says. You've got this. I don't. You do. Trust yourself. He nods, steadies, gets back to work. Elena moves to the next patient. Critical, chest trauma, no pulse. Time of death? A nurse asks. Elena checks the monitor, looks at the patient's face. Young, maybe 25. Whole life ahead. Not yet, she says. She starts compressions. The team joins her, working together, fighting together. The monitor beeps, then holds. A rhythm. The patient lives. Later that night, after the shift ends, Elena walks out of the hospital into the cool evening air. She's exhausted, covered in other people's blood. But alive. Present. Her phone buzzes. A text from an unknown number. You did good today. David would be proud. Elena stares at it. She doesn't know who sent it, doesn't need to. She deletes it. But the words stay with her. She walks to her car, gets in, drives home. Her apartment is quiet, small, but hers. She showers, changes, makes tea, sits on the couch with a medical journal. Reading, learning, always learning. There's a knock on the door. She tenses. Old habits. But she opens it anyway. Mendez stands there. No suit this time. Jeans, casual jacket. Director, Elena says. Just Julia tonight. She holds up a bottle of wine. Peace offering, I know I put you through hell. Elena considers, then steps aside. Come in. They sit, share the wine, talk, not about the program or Raven or the past, just about life, about what comes next. You know you have a standing offer, Julia says. FBI could use someone like you. Consulting, training, whatever you want. I'm happy where I am. I figured, but the offer stands. They finish the bottle. Julia leaves. Elena locks the door behind her. She stands in her quiet apartment, looking at the life she's built, the person she's become. Not perfect, scarred, damaged in places that won't ever fully heal, but whole, real, free. Her phone buzzes one more time, a message from the hospital. Doctor. Voss, patient from tonight's bus accident is stable. Family wants to thank you. They'll be by tomorrow. Elena reads it, smiles. Tomorrow. There's always a tomorrow now. She sets down the phone, turns off the lights, goes to bed. And for the first time in years, she sleeps without nightmares. 6 months later, Elena stands in front of a lecture hall, 50 medical students, eager, terrified, hoping she'll teach them how to save lives. My name is Dr. Elena Voss, she begins, and I'm going to teach you something they don't cover in textbooks. How to decide who lives and who dies when you don't have time to think. The room is silent. You're going to lose patients. That's unavoidable. But you're also going to save people who shouldn't survive, who defy the odds, who come back because you refuse to give up. She pauses. The question is, how do you live with both? A student raises her hand. How do you? Elena thinks. About David? About the program. About every person she couldn't save and every person she could. By remembering that every life matters, even when the system says it doesn't, even when the odds say it's impossible. You fight because that's what we do. She sees it in their eyes, understanding, determination. These are the people who will replace her someday, who will carry on the fight. That's enough. After the lecture, she walks across campus. The sun is setting, students rush past, living their lives, chasing their dreams. Elena's phone rings. Ethan. Hey, she answers. Hey, just wanted to check in, see how the lecture went. Good, really good. I'm glad. You sound happy. I am. You deserve it. So do you. They talk for a few more minutes, then say goodbye. Friends, survivors, family in the way that matters. Elena gets in her car, drives back to the hospital. There's a night shift starting soon. And she wants to be there, because this is where she belongs. Not in the shadows. Not running. Not hiding. Here, in the light, saving lives, teaching others, making sure the people who come after her are better than the system that tried to break her. She walks through the hospital doors. The fluorescent lights hum. The smell of antiseptic fills the air. And Elena Voss smiles. Because she's exactly where she's supposed to be. Not a weapon, not a ghost, not a victim, just a doctor. Just someone who refuses to let people die while she's still breathing. And that's enough. That's everything. The end.